Hello.
Hi.
It was very quiet.
Rick, you're muted.
There's no sound. There's no sound. Should we do the credits again? I really feel like we should do the credits again.
No, Rick can't talk, Rick.
No.
No.
That explains that then.
Rick's managed to mute.
We got nothing. Hello.
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 Yay! I want to hit play on the credits with the sound.
Should we make it weird and do the credits again?
Was there no sound? Go on then. Go on.
Bug off again. We're going to go again. All right, everybody, pretend we're not live. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again.
You've seen nothing. Wipe your mind.
No, it's definitely. Oh, now John's muted.
Mark Todd's put in chat, this is why I don't mind paying for my TV license.
I think 2 goes is all you can have. I don't think you're allowed 3. With no sound. There's no sound again, Rick.
I don't know why that didn't work. It's the same as I do it every week.
Anyway, yeah. Richard, let's see.
Hello. Welcome to episode 50. No. 87.
Yeah.
Hey. Welcome to episode 87 of the Ideal Ohm Show, the only vape show in the UK that can literally guarantee stuff.
Yay!
Others have tried. Stuff hasn't happened.
Week in, week out, guarantee.
There's a stamp of guarantee on that. Speaking of the stuff that we've got tonight, squonking. Some talk of squonking.
Are we going to touch on squonking this week? Do you reckon?
We're going to talk about batteries. We're going to talk about vaping. Yeah, John's going to do a rudimentary artistic dance.
Oh my God, Rick, that was an epic sneeze.
I think we should make John's artistic dance.
Hear it?
Did you hear it? No, you were muted. I might have heard it from outside.
We may or may not have a Meet the Omi. That seems very much up in the air at this stage, judging by the start of this show. But let's get straight into it. John, how has your week been? Who will win between Mayweather and McGregor?
Oh.
And what did you have for lunch?
My week has been great. It's been lovely and busy at work. We're back. We're at the new, we call it the unit now. So that's really fantastic. It's really good because it's sort of all purpose built in there. So it's just completely different to what we used to. So it's really good, and it's so quiet. And we have a little music playing in the background, but it's so quiet. It's really nice, and it's really cool. Temperature-wise, it's cool. That's quite cool. Eva. I don't know Eva. I was going to say McGregor and who's the other fan? Mayweather.
Yeah.
I had a look at the odds the other day because I used to have a bit of a flutter on boxing because I used to watch a lot of boxing. I cannot understand how, without it being scripted or it being fixed, I can't understand how Mayweather won't kick the living fuck out of him. I just can't understand.
I think he's got that left hand. I think McGregor's got.
It's a weight. It's a weight thing. But it's a weight thing. Mayweather's got like fucking stone on him. He's gonna kill him.
It's
I just don't.
I don't know. If you look at the professional boxers that are very successful that still haven't managed to hit Mayweather.
Yeah,
once.
Canelo did.
If you look what he did to Canelo, then I just don't see how someone in their debut fight, their first ever boxing match, can win.
I don't know. I don't know if it is though. I think he.
I went with I went with heart over head on Mayweather against Ricky the Hitman Hatton.
Oh,
I've got an accumulator of 9. I had 9 fights. The end of the accumulator being Hatton Mayweather. It wasn't like stupid money. I'd got 20 quid on it, but it was an accumulator. So, and as I handed it in, the bookie read it, typed it into the computer, and he went, "You're either a genius or a fucking idiot." That was what the bookie said. Because I predicted 8 of the fights, absolutely got them, no problem at all. And then it was over 2 nights, and I think had Ricky Hatton won, I think I'd got, it's for 20 quid in, I think I'd got 760 quid to win.
It was weird with the Hatton thing, wasn't it? Because he spent
5 live.
He spent about 4 years, didn't he? Oh, so 5 years saying that he had the perfect style for Mayweather. So when it finally came round, like you really started to believe him through repetition. You had to believe.
Yeah, he headbutted the ring.
Mayweather always. Hatton had got this sort of. He could take a punch. You know, it was like Barry McGuigan back in the day. Yeah. Barry McGuigan, he wasn't a great boxer, but by hell, he could take a fucking good kicking. And if you got knackered kicking him in, he'd beat you up. And that was sort of what Ricky Hatton got going. When he fought the Russians, he always did the same thing. Got the shit beaten out of him in the first 3 rounds. Didn't he fucking kill him?
I think the thing that I can kind of see McGregor being able to cope with, though, is just the punishment, because that's something that it's just his line of work, and especially against Nate Diaz. I mean, that was fucking brutal. That was. And they were taking chunks out of each other. So you can take, I think you can definitely take it. And he's always got to punch his chance, because that left-hander's still got it. I think Mayweather wins it.
The chat seems to be siding with me.
Yeah.
And Richard, he seems to be that he's going to get the shit kicked out.
I think he will. He's going to get he's going to foul him, and he's going to go UFC on him at some point.
That would be epic.
If you really think that Mayweather will win by disqualification, there's really good odds on that.
I think it'd be fucking epic if, like, Mayweather went for a jab and then got fucking armbarred. Brilliant.
We'll see. I think it's interesting, but I don't know if it is. I think it's just gratuitous.
It reminds me of Rocky 3, where is it Rocky 3 where he's fighting Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But there is, I mean, on the other side of it, who in the right mind would turn around 100 mil?
No, definitely not knocking the fighters. I think you can always knock the promoters. We had fuck me, who's that? Okay, because he's changed his name, so I've got to be careful. Frank.
Frank. Oh God, you mean
Frank Maloney? He's called Kelly Maloney.
Yeah, Frank Maloney. Yeah, who's now Kelly Maloney. Yeah, I mean, he set up some fights. When nothing better than Frank Maloney getting a hold of an Olympic gold medalist,
Audley Harrison.
And just putting him into the ring, and he would you could see what he was doing. It was really quite good. Yeah, all right. Do you reckon your fighter can stand up for 10 minutes? Well, probably. All right, then. I've got a fighter for him.
Did you fraudly? Oh Jesus!
He had Pricey as well, didn't he? David Price.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
That was a damp squid.
We got a local boxer called Herbie Hyde who had a glass jaw. He's amazing, from Norwich. He got knocked down like 8 times in the first 3 rounds. Oh, fuck's sake.
Anyway,
we got to carry on. The week's been like that. That's been like that. I'm currently drinking Elvis juice by Brewdog, which is great. I'll be moving on to a bit of that Clementine IPA from Andrew Baker. Thank you, Andrew. It's very nice. Just dropped down to the new unit with some beer. What have I got? I have got an Idea Ohm Show vinyl. Idea.
Oh yeah,
Idea. I see what you did there. That's clever, that.
Clever. And in that, I have got a Serpent Alto. I'm getting a bit of a echo.
Yeah, I am too. Little Hodor.
Hodor.
Has it me?
Yes. Yeah, it's you. It's you. I've got the Serpent Alto in the Night V2. I had to put the tank extension I had to put the extension on to bring it up over the top. But I think it looks quite funky, actually. And in that is DB Envy, DB Liquids Envy.
I've got a bottle of that.
Something really weird I found out tonight, that DB Envy doesn't go with beer at all. It really doesn't. I'm going to vape it now, but I'm looking forward to getting this out of it.
Oh,
good. The lime's so sweet, it kind of puts a layer of it on your tongue, and when you have a sip of beer, it lifts this horrible lifts this lime sherbet taste up. It's fucking horrible. But I love Envy, just doesn't go with beer at all.
Yeah. I've got to try that. That's one of the ones I've got to try.
So that's that. That puts out some cloudage, doesn't it, for a little tiny tent?
Yeah, that's quite. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That was from the lovely Richard. It's a piece of piss to build, and one thing I will say for Watofo is they do little touches make this worth having. Like the top, it's a top fill, and you just sounds great. But there's only about 2 threads, because you don't need about 2 threads. It's not fucking there for ages. You just go, what, that comes off straight away. It doesn't get stuck because there's only 2 threads.
It's the O-ring doing the work, not the threads.
Yeah, I just think it's fucking that.
That's you're absolutely right, spot on. And it's metal as well, isn't it?
Let's go. Yeah, and if we go for the opposite, which is I've got the Merlin Mini on top of the RX 200 with abolishment in it. I'll tell you why it's the opposite in a second. Bit loud. Oh, Watofo also bothered to baffle the airflow, to bevel the edge for the airflow. They bothered with the Merlin Mini, which is another tank that Richard kind of gave me. And the opposite being is they put some useless knurling on this polished stainless steel, and you can't get hold of it. If you've got even the tiniest bit of damp on your fingers, you'll never get this gap off. It's a total wanker. So that's the opposite. Lovely and loud. And last, but by no means least, you didn't get it for a whole week.
Oh shit!
It is a Dacus flask, a very, very tiny,
minute
Vapor Giant and Nano on top with raspberry, which is great.
Yay!
Winner.
Had a lovely birthday, by the way. Thank you for everybody for your birthday wishes.
Happy birthday, mate. You forgot.
Oh yeah, that was all right. I went out for dinner, and it was it's a local restaurant that we go to, which is like one of those fancy pubs, but it's all posh and that. And
it was the Harvester. It was the Harvester, wasn't it?
Harvester, that was it. Yeah, because you can get as many croutons as you want. They don't even check. You just put loads in. I had what did I have? I had
croutons.
No, I had lamb. I had lamb breast to start, and that was on a bed of something, which was nice, with a little swirl of jus. And
lamb breast.
Exactly. Don't ask. They call it lamb breast now. Fuck knows what that means.
It's similar to shoulder, Richard, where it's got lots of fat in it. It needs to be rendered out nicely, and it's very tender when it is.
Yeah, see, and it was brilliant. It was so tasty. It was a balsamic. It was a balsamic reduction. I just remembered. Yeah, it was good. I think there was a bit of samphire or some bollocks in it as well. I do like eating well. And then for the main, I had a confit of duck. Confit of duck. Duck leg. It was very nice. It's very nice. So cooked down in duck fat with the roasted vegetables. It was very tasty.
Very nice.
And a few.
Did you have a pudding?
I didn't have a pudding. I don't really care about restaurant puddings. It's in our house. It's a starter or a pudding. If you might have 3 if you're in the mood, but no.
And they're always a bit samey sometimes. Puddings are, because it's always like tiramisu and.
They are actually funny. Tiramisu was on there, and we looked at the sweet menu. This restaurant, it has the other thing it does is one of my favourite things. The menu is 1 sheet of paper.
Cool.
I adore that. When they come over and lob the yellow pages down, you just think, oh, fucking hell, it's going to be shit. It's 1 bit of paper, and I think that's fucking brilliant.
They have to make it with the proper, those like sponges that you can get like a pack of like 8.
Yeah, ladies' fingers.
Yeah, they've got to make it using those. If they make it with anything else, then it's crap. But they've got to use those.
No, just have it. They got like ice cream or that or something else. So I don't really fancy it. Oh, yeah, that's about it for a hand check. It's not bad. 16-minute hand check or 10-minute hand check. Richard, how's your week been? What did you have for lunch? What are you vaping on? And have you ever been fishing? What was it like?
Yes. I used to go angling a lot.
Wow, chicken! Wow, wow.
Yeah, I used to do it. 16 and 17. Yeah, I used to properly do it. I had a proper thing and everything. And then I got a barbed hook in the webbing of my hand.
Engaged, you say?
I got like a fully barbed hook embedded right in my hand.
It's called a wedding ring.
You were showing us your ring then.
It was it was really deep, and it had to be operated on to remove.
Oh shit!
That sounds like a wedding ring.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever went fishing, I went with my mate called Stav, and I was only little, and I cast and I hooked him in the lip.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I always remember that old Stav. Good old Stav.
Yeah, it's dangerous thing. It's never sort of recaptured the love for it after that.
Did you ever go proper fishing when you weren't just taking selfies with fish?
I never took a picture of fish. It wasn't. I mean, mobile phones didn't have cameras then.
I don't go fishing very often, and when I do, it's my mate Jamie in the sea. And if you catch it, you eat it. You don't sort of weigh it and check how it's doing on Weight Watchers, then put it back. You just.
Yeah.
Did you ever go sword fishing in Thailand, John?
I went fishing in Cambodia, but not in Thailand. No.
We spent a day out on a boat in a tiny boat. There were only two of us fishing on it. On one of those boats with a big outboard engine thing. They go out into the sea and try and catch a swordfish.
Oh, that's quite cool. Yeah, we went in Cambodia, and there was a Kiwi bloke who owned a boat, and he was. We went to go and book it, and he made me laugh so much. He didn't try and sell it. He just went, "Nah, mate. All you do is come down, give me like," and it was like 10 quid. He went, "10 quid each. I've got a cooler full of beers. They're a quid. They're $1. And then catch some fish. If you catch some, we'll fucking eat it later." And and he said, "There's 2 Australian blokes going to pick you up in the morning. Is that okay, mate?" I went, "Yeah, it's fine." And we sat and Shelley actually came out fishing because she realised she didn't have to touch anything to do with the fish because there's like 2 blokes on board who take the fish off and hook the bait up. And she thought, that sounds like fun. It's just like fishing with a computer game. And these two proper Aussies turned up in the morning with like really long hair, zinc noses, in a ute. And we jumped in the back. And this was they told us their names. I can't remember. I'm going to make it up. It was like Wayne and Doug.
Bruce.
Bruce and Doug, and they were like, "You all right, John?" "I'm Bruce, my mate Doug." And I went, my wife Shelley. And they went, "Ah, all right, Shelley." And then we were driving along, and there was silence for about 30 seconds of silence as we were just driving towards the quay. And then one of them turned around and he went, "Hey, John, used a bum gun yet, mate?" And that was how we started the conversation. "Have you used a bum gun yet, mate?" And I went, "What's a bum gun?" And he said, "That hose next to the toilet. That's a bum gun. Don't bother with toilet paper. Just fire that at your ass." And I thought, that is an amazing opener to any conversation. Anyway, have you used a bum gun yet? Sorry, we went off.
Yeah, Richard.
Yeah, I used to do fishing sort of properly, but yeah, I grew up. No, it's a perfectly legitimate hobby, but I just outgrew it. Not because I'm more mature than every angler in the world. Just personally outgrew it.
You're in trouble now with Big Tom, I reckon.
No, he's well, I don't know. If those are real fish in those pictures, then
yeah, it just goes carp angling. You catch big ones when you go fishing for carp.
Very good. So that's fishing covered. Lunch, I had some Weetabix.
What the fuck?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Any port in a storm. I had some Weetabix. I was fancy. It wasn't just normal Weetabix. It was that Weetabix that they're doing at the moment with raisins in.
Raisins? What, the little ones? But
No.
they don't do full size. They do full size with red, didn't they? That.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't eat breakfast cereal, so I don't know the innovations.
Yeah, quite good actually, to be fair. Splash of milk on there. Used a spoon. I have used a fork before, but you just end up with a lot of milk.
This show is amazing.
I was about to say, and I will say because I know he's watching. My boss used to eat cereal with a slotted spoon, so that he could eat the cereal out and then put more cereal in. So he didn't use up. Totally true.
Because he was worried about milk consumption.
What a time.
No, because he just wanted to eat even more Cheerios. That was all.
Just have 2
I
bowls.
just a bigger bowl.
No, he didn't want the milk. He just wanted them wet. He ate them.
Wow.
Simon, I'm talking about you.
Fair play. What am I vaping on?
Sorry.
Simon watching. What's the Alexa thing we do to open his door? Alexa, open the front door.
I'll just say, Alexa,
Fucking muted it.
hold it.
Damn it.
Vaping on some stuff. Vaping on the X-Taste Nano from X-Taste. It does that flip screen thing. Yeah.
Ooh, nice cook.
Amongst other things. Hurricane Junior with Ice Cream Man in there. Ice Cream Man available from justadnick.co.uk.
Hey.
Then I've got the Hurricane V2 on the Primo with Goose Juice. Yep. Don't need to say any more than that about that. Then I've got the Wonder Vape 270 from iJoy.
God, all that rainbow.
It's not.
Craig needs that for his butt plug, Atty, doesn't he?
Oh God.
It's not the sleeve I would have picked myself had I had the choice.
Oh, it's just oozes fast tack.
But I am going to get a more sophisticated sleeve for it from Fastech.
Oh.
So there we go. But sleeve aside, the 2700 battery is doing a really nice job in here. It came with this RDA, which I don't know what the mindset is between the rainbow brass, black RDA. I don't know.
Why is
Yeah, lucky dip.
John's smiling? He's talking to somebody on Facebook.
That's on chat, isn't he?
I'm smiling because because Simon, my boss, already fuck off in chat.
And I've got the Cheetah V2 on here in gold. So the brass and gold thing sort of works better than the black. I found something quite annoying about this Cheetah V2 over time, actually. The O-ring placement on RDAs.
Mm-hmm.
There should always be. This is a new conclusion. There should always be like that. 2 O-rings next to each other at the bottom.
Or in just like one third of the way down and the other 2/3 of the way down.
Yeah, but not with such a big gap.
Yeah.
Because you put it down that first one and then it rocks and it wants to scissor into the other.
Oh.
But there we go. So that's that. New slight annoyance with the Cheetah V2, but still a good Atty. And then the other one is the other iJoy 2700 battery mod, the Captain.
Oh.
Captain PD 270.
Is the paint wearing off it?
No.
Oh.
But it's got a lot going on. It's got like pretend carbon and.
I don't hate that. I think that's not that bad. Personally.
Yeah.
Is it? Does the battery give you a lot of longevity? That don't know. You know what I mean.
Really hard. It's really hard to test.
Are they 3,000 mAh 40 amp ones? Are they?
Yeah. I don't know. What I would say is, because I haven't reviewed this yet, but I'm gonna, and a lot of other people have, and everyone keeps saying that the size it's basically the same size as a dual 18650, and it just isn't. I don't understand what they're getting at.
It's 5 mil longer, the battery.
Yeah, but it's really thick. That's a 18. Was that even? I don't know. It feels totally different to an 18650, but there you go.
Just to let you know, Damien's put something up on SV Trades and Sales. So
one of his Geppettos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's about Geppetto. I was guessing there. That's all he's got though, anyway, isn't it? That's all he's got is Geppettos.
How much?
We're getting rid of a cassette case.
Oh, a Melody.
No, that's a fence post.
Oh well. Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway,
so that's what I've got. Craig,
Hello.
what was your favourite subject at school? What did you have for lunch? Because Facebook knows what you had for tea. And what are you vaping on?
Physics. I like physics.
I thought you were going to say sex education, but there wasn't enough of it.
No, I've not seen enough of it to make any use of it anyway, to be honest.
quick, get in there before anyone else does, Craig.
Don't laugh, Rick. I'll be crying myself to sleep on my massive pillow. What did I have for dinner? I had a jacket potato with cheese and a packet of cheddars.
Cheesy, a cheesy lunchtime then.
Cheesy lunchtime, and I had a cheesy tea as well.
Oh, all about the cheese today.
Yeah, I'm all about the cheese. Yeah, and what am I vaping on? I've been using the hydrogen all week and the Therion, the 75C. I've got the Goon on top of the old one, just the 150, 166, 233, which the old one.
The DNA 200 then.
Yeah, the DNA or 233 or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, the 200. And it's 133 with 166 with 2 batteries.
Yeah, something. Yeah, it's the other one. So I've got that, and in that I've put a big order in. We just had Nick today, so I've got in a jam from Poe, and just had Nick. So I've got IAJ. How
are you liking the jam? The jam on toast?
Do what?
How are you liking the jam on toast?
That's that one, yeah. It's got there's a flavour in it which is very, very similar to MDV 666 by Vaping King.
So I know kind of what you mean. This kind of strawberry. It's a bit lighter, and it doesn't have that. We sell MDV 666 as well, but
yeah, if you vape them side by side, there's a note that goes right the way through.
Absolutely, and I think it's the strawberry. It's the thing that's not there is there's no graham cracker, obviously, which is in the MDV 666 because that's cheesecake, and it doesn't have that yogurty thing.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, or cheesecake. Well, the MDV's got a kind of cheesecake thing going on, hasn't it?
Yeah, because it's cheesecake.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I never check these things. I just kind of vape and go.
It's strawberry cheesecake. Yeah, and that's strawberry jam on toast, or strawberry jelly on toast.
Jelly. So I've got that. The other thing I've got at the moment, I've got the Dacus, and on that I've got the Hussar RDTA with the tiniest little tank you could ever imagine on the top. It's itty bitty little tiny thing. So that's actually a tank, that is. Yeah, so I've got that at the moment, and I go through phases with this. I'm using it a little bit, and in that I've got Envy from DB as well. So I've just mixed that up today because it's fruits. It just mixes straight away. So trying that. I got and then the other stuff. I'm using the Reaper as well at the moment. I've got the Reaper V2 SS on the Archon. I finally got a build down and right on that and wicked it right, and it's working quite well at the moment. It spits occasionally. That's what I'm finding, is it gets a little bit spitty. So yeah, I'll do it now while I just go through the other stuff I've got. Oh, I got another Origin as well, so I've now got.
You were getting short on those, weren't you? I thought.
Yeah, because I gave one away. I gave one to Ryan Hines, I think it was. I gave him an Origin 4mm, so because he always wanted to try one. I ain't got any money, so I thought, oh fuck it, I'll just send you one as a present. So
I'm getting one of them.
Oh yeah,
I'm getting a 6mm one.
Oh, but boy, yeah. So you got 30, do 26 or 27 gauge. John loves calling it gauge. And then I got some juice as well. I got some Jack Rabbit vapes. Got some of their stuff. That one's all right. Joe's Juice, I got a lemon curd custard, which is, I quite like that. That's quite good. I got some other stuff from Riot Squad and a few other bits. But I went and got some tea juice as well, which brings me on to this, and I know how much John loves he loves this stuff. He really loves it, but I got some of that.
Oh, dear.
It's the name. It's the name. I just think it's a. I know, Richard. I'm so sorry if you're watching, but that is a shitty brand. It's such a bad brand.
I don't get on with the name, but the juice is quite good actually.
Yeah. Do you know? To be honest, do you know, I've never tried it. Oh, no. I'm not going to say that. Yeah, no.
It's just the oil the oil connotations is what.
I tell you, I couldn't buy it because of the name. I just wouldn't buy it. It makes my eyes itch. So
I've had some of that. There was one that I really liked, and the rest I didn't.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
literally the oil thing. It's nothing to do with and it's the fact they're named after fluids. You could have named them after carburetor. Could have called it exhaust. Could have called it, V6. Could have called it anything. Don't call it fucking things that you put in a car. So I just don't get that.
And the other thing I got, which was a present from Richard, he sent me one of these, which I'm going to build at some point. It's a Serpent RDTA. So I'm going to play with that.
It's not going on something blue, there is some other O-rings in there.
Oh, okay. Actually, it'll go on.
Yay!
There you go. Jobs are good. Other than that, I don't think I've got anything else. I think I've got some batteries from Torchy, and I got 4 30 Qs for 15 quid.
That's pretty cool. If I was going to buy, I was thinking about this the other day. If I was going to buy batteries and I wanted them the next day, I would never order them off a racist fuckface. That's just something that I've got. Just if I wanted them next day, that's all I'm saying. I'm not naming any names, but if I wanted them next day, I'd never order them from a racist.
I would wait an extra day for them
to
come from a racist.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been like that only about batteries though.
What about racists?
The majority of my juice comes from racists.
I don't mind. That's
batteries.
Just batteries.
My batteries, no.
Batteries need to come from a non-racist.
Yeah, that's just the way I am.
I'm just confused. Yeah, so that, and then Vaping on the Moonshot and a couple of other bits, and that's about it. Rick, we're 33 minutes in. Go on then, mate.
What? Oh, haven't you got a question? Oh, you lot got a question.
Give him a question.
I haven't even got a question.
Just a minute, then.
Just a minute. It's not Radio 2, mate. Radio 4. So.
What are you vaping on? How's your week been? And what was the last piece of kitchen equipment that blew up?
It's not bad. Quite like that. It's worth waiting for.
I don't think I've ever had a piece of kitchen equipment blow up. I'm thinking back. I've had a kettle that's broken before.
That'll do.
Didn't blow up though.
No.
No, it's pretty.
We'll take it.
Stopped working.
We're not choosing. We'll have it.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, that's a crap question. But try harder next week.
Blow more things up.
Yeah. How's the week been? Week's been good, busy, sold out a load of stock. So I haven't got any 510s or bottles till tomorrow or Monday. So today it's been quite nice. Took the wife out for lunch today because we finished early. So yeah, quite a couple of days coming now, which is welcome. So yeah. What am I vaping on? Right, I got the XO on my SX350 with a juice that I made myself.
Oh shit!
And it is I've called it Ice Raspberry Spearmint.
Fucking hell, that's not good. That's kind of giving the game away, isn't it?
It's called Ice Raspberry Spearmint because
what does it taste of? Mainly
spearmint with Culada.
Right. I'll tell you what. We should have a competition. Name Rick's juice.
Yeah. Ice. It's a Culada Raspberry Spearmint.
There you go.
Ooh.
It looks a bit boring. So if you can come up with a name, and I'll next week I'll write it on a new piece of masking tape on this bottle.
I'm gonna open the entries with Ricksbury Mint.
I've already done a Ricksbury Mint though, haven't I? So that one's out the window. It's got to be something new, something different. But no, you were saying, John, about your Atty and top filling and not having many threads. I'd like to say the Cleto nailed it with this Exo as well. That's about 1 or 2 turns, and it just pops off.
Yeah, it's nicely nailed as well.
Yeah, it is nailed. Yeah, really easy to undo. So yeah, I'm vaping that on the Exo. Got my beta. I haven't really been working so hard this week. I haven't really messed about with different stuff. This has just been in my pocket, and I'm using the Goon 1.5 on the signature mods. Squawker. And got a new toy today. Thank you to Richard for the Vaporous by Watofo. Watofo.
I think Mark Todd's just done a review of that. So,
I haven't seen the review. I know. I'm pretty sure he'll say that he really likes it because you know what? I can't actually fault it at all. It's got good flavour. It's got good build deck. It's got good build quality. And it tastes like the Goon does, which is always a winner in my book. It's as good as that. So I think that is, in my eyes, my favourite Watofo atomizer to date that I've had.
Oh,
and it looks nice too. It looks pretty tasty on there. That's on
Big
Square Road.
big words.
how are you using the deck, Rick? Are you using the holes or the clamps?
Oh, I didn't even see the clamps.
Ah.
I'm using the holes.
Yeah, me too.
I just, I did it the old way, like 2 posts and pushed one side over to get him in the centre.
To be fair, he's a holes kind of guy.
That was a hole.
I like
any
a hole.
Any
I
hole's
prefer
goal.
holes with
That's
clamp.
what Rick says. That's what
Any holes a goal. Well, Richard said earlier, any port in a storm, was it?
Yep.
That's
grass on the
the
wicket.
holes were staggered perfectly.
I don't know what.
That's a
I was
different
really
thing.
I was trying to avoid that.
Oh God,
Good man.
that's there with Damon. That is.
Sorry, I thought we were just
Yeah.
spouting off.
No, you went from kind of like sexual innuendo to a bit of paedophilia.
But no, the holes on the deck are lined up. They're staggered, so it's perfect for a coil. So you don't have to bend them. So you would have to bend them with the clamps like you do on the Goon, but you don't have to with that. Just shove it in the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, clamps
Tighten it
available
down.
if required.
But yeah, that's all I'm vaping on. Then what juice am I vaping? Sorry, Voodoo Brew, Ice Raspberry Spear,
Mint.
and Baboose.
Baboom.
No, where is that's not my Baboose. It's there somewhere. That's what's in the dripper. Anyway, we got any news? Any news, fellas? Got some news, have we? John, got any news for us?
I got some news. Sorry, I was trying to my idea was to try and re-wick this Watofo Serpent Alto while we were live, and I kicked over a glass of water, which was pretty good. Realised I didn't have any scissors, and the cotton's downstairs. But apart from that, it was a fucking good idea, and I definitely did.
You didn't learn from Richard, you see, when Richard had that Mac and he spent all show like this.
No, it'll be all right. I can do it. We're going to go with international news, which actually happened. This sort of broke Monday this week. It's not. I think it's expected. I think I may have built it up now because of fuck. But it's not. It's been waiting to break any moment, which is the San Francisco flavor ban, which comes into effect in 2018. I'm just going to quickly grab the date. So San Francisco, I've got to read it from CNN. I apologise, and you're going to only get thicker from listening to this. San Francisco moves to ban sale of vaping flavours. Oh, and it says menthol cigarettes as well. It's good news.
Yeah, it's actually yeah.
It's April 2018. Basically, they're banning all flavours. And Craig helped put it down the notes. I was going to mention it too, but it includes everything. It's tobacco. It's everything that's not. I assume VG and Nick and PG because
Yeah. So you can't put tobacco flavour in to make it taste like a cigarette. It's all flavours.
it's all flavours. It's flavoured thing, and it looks like new. It looks like sorry, Ollie just posted in chat fake news because it's CNN. I agree with you, but not in this regard. It is actually they are reporting news. So it's from April 2018 in San Francisco. It will be as it stands, it will be illegal to sell flavoured e-liquid. And it looks like New Jersey's about to follow suit. And from what I hear...
I'll say it in a Dino voice. Go on.
Oh, what, New Jersey? Yeah, he wouldn't say. Oh, yeah, because he's from New Jersey, isn't he? What's Dino going to do? New Jersey. From what I heard when I read up on this the other week, because as I say, it's hardly surprising. It's been bouncing around for quite a while on the forums and on Reddit, Facebook, and you know, Groovy News from what the suspicion seems to be from vapors that they're going to go on a city by city. It's a city ordinance at the moment, and they're going to go on a city by city. And then what they're going to do is go to their senator and say, "Look, we've already got a couple of cities in our state. We've got this flavor ban in. Seems to be working well. Let's make it easier for everybody and just get it statewide." And I don't know if that's guff or not, but that's what I hear.
Yeah, I think it just sucks, really, doesn't it?
And it's tobacco. Well, it works so different in the US than it does here. The tobacco companies and big pharma have got such a massive influence over cities and states, and that it's a clever. I'm definitely not condoning it, but it's a clever attack plan. If you're going to do it, and it looks like that's the way they're going to do it. And if you get a couple of cities in a state, you're going to get the state, and then
come over here.
See what happens. Come over here.
Well, just buy your juice. Just buy your juice from over here.
What attack plan? I mean, could you imagine that if it was I don't know what we'd do if it was the UK. I don't.
We'd vape anyway. We'd do exactly the same as we do now if it was over here.
You'd have to go to just add cupcakeflavorings.co.uk, which is a completely separate
make sure you get the trade
franchise that we've got.
Yeah, have they definitely banned food flavorings though? Can't you just mix your own?
They banned flavorings. I don't know. They're kind of. This is a call to action from what's the US? Sorry, my brain's gone a bit today. What's the
FDA?
No, the nicotine, like the new nicotine lights, but they do something. I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, I know. Can't think now. No, somebody type it in chat. No one's going to bother. I don't really know what to say, but that's. I thought there'd be a bigger thing than that, but yeah, that's what's happening.
Schwarzenegger says on chat that if they get 13 states, he believes it can become nationwide. That's how prohibition became law.
Sorry, it was the CASAA, which is CASAR, isn't it?
CASAR, that's it. Yeah.
Thank you, John Muller and the Stario.
We know how well prohibition worked, didn't we? So.
Brilliant. Yeah. I can't invite you if you're in the States. I'm sure you know what your lines of attack are. I don't know. I know we can't help because don't go food. I remember speaking to Phil a while about this. Don't go and sign the petitions in the US because your signature as a non-US citizen does nothing except annoy an office worker.
Worth doing, really. Then worth doing. Go and sign it.
Well, they'll just dismiss more. They'll just if that was me, fuck it. I'd just knock them all off. So yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
There was that town in America where they banned dancing, weren't they? So,
I remember that.
Saw a documentary on that, but I think they
saw that one.
Was that right as soon as they brought out Footloose?
Yeah,
kind of. I think Footloose was the documentary about it.
Yeah, Footloose was the documentary, and there was a young chap called Kevin Pork who just wasn't having it.
Where is Kenny Loggins?
Kevin Pork,
streaky.
So anyway, that's all I've got on that because I don't really have a lot because we're not American. But I thought it was worth pointing out.
You can't call it. He shouldn't have a name, Bacon, should he? Really, that shouldn't be an American name. They shouldn't be allowed to have the name Bacon.
Yeah,
they don't know what bacon is, do they? So Sausage. Call him Sausage. Kevin Sausage.
Unless you want to hit them with the mind bomb that they're all immigrants.
Oh.
Wow.
We're quite. Yeah, it's true. We're all. In the UK, we're very proud of our mongrel nation status, and it's really funny when other nations aren't. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm a bit something, I'm 1/32 black and proud.
Wait, I'm not going to ask which bit.
Yeah, that's my mother's great grandfather, I think.
Oh.
And my penis. I was just going to do quickly. We're going to go to Vape Fest 2017, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the 5th of August. I know it's on every reception now, but it's the end of the season, people. Come on, get excited! I was actually going to. This is a good one. I was going to read out the raffle prizes for the big raffle.
Do it when they've not finished them yet. Wait till if.
I'm giving you the tease. This is
John, we got to put up with you for 2 hours on the stage doing the raffle.
I know you do. I know. Do you not want to hear I think you want to hear the prizes. These are the prizes. And as far as I'm aware, this year, because no one's corrected me, I'm going to keep watching my phone because I know they're watching. I know the rest of the committee are watching. So we didn't answer my other question today, which was, I'm pretty certain there's no limit on tickets this year. Whereas normally it's limited. There is no limit. So you can buy as many tickets as you want. I'm waiting for my phone to go. No, fucking isn't. But as far as I know, there's no limit.
I think it is. Yeah.
This year, we're watching you. I've been told. So there is no limit on tickets this year. I'm going to really, as fast as possible, run through the raffle prizes. Sorry. And this I'm going to do it quickly. It won't be boring. Right. Runt Mods, the special UK Vape Fest edition Squonker, Endless Mods and Empress Stacked, Silver Plated Hybrid, Wismec Rulo, Joytech Penguin, Wismec Rulo, E-Liquid Pico Kit, Joytech Tech E-Grip 2, Joytech AIO Probox, Joytech EVIC Probox, no, fuck, yeah, Primo Mini. Geo Juice Concentrates. This is interesting. People want to know what they're going to fucking win. Bumblebee Liquids, 11 installments, their entire range.
Just have me tea.
There's going to be Eddie from Darwin Mods is donating a Darwin mod, the Mexiconker. Mr. Mike Dacus is giving up a mod for the Vape Fest raffle. And there's going to be a triphonic. I can't say it. Triphonic mod. Tryphobic mod.
Does it make you do O-rings?
Tryphobic.
Trypophobic. It's that fear of holes, isn't it?
The fear of holes. Yeah, I thought that was quite. I thought that was quite.
Fear of raffle prizes.
Fear of LSDs.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, but you lot are cunts. So
it's interesting. It is interesting. Good. It's the best raffle of the year, isn't it? I mean, there's so many.
I mean, there's so many prices, and I will be up there annoying the shit out.
Well, they'll all have
clones
in the bags and everything on it.
What's that close prize?
No limitless clones.
No, there's no prize. There's no claims. No claims. No claims at Vaping. Yes, but that's the prize list, and what is it? 37 days to go. So, Craig,
can you just keep reading because I'm going to go and get me a cup of tea.
Do you want to dedicate your dinner to somebody, Craig, this week?
Oh yeah,
did you do that last week?
Who the fuck was moaning about me eating my food with my mouth open?
It wasn't you. I don't think it was you. I think it was Riyadh. I think they were talking about Riyadh, but I also agree that we don't give a fuck. If you want to comment on the YouTube video and try and correct our behaviour, we're all without doubt.
Oh, please do. I like it. I love it.
Men. I wasn't saying don't do it. I'm just giving you a warning. We're all old men and don't give a fuck, and we will only do it more if you can.
I'd personally like to encourage the trolls.
Please knock yourself out.
Go on there and say something you think is funny because we find it funny.
Customer feedback is always welcome.
Fucking hell, I've just been called an ugly northern bastard by Gus. The irony klaxon's going off like a fucking mad at the moment.
Don't get much more. north and Scotland, does it? But there you go.
Oh, I've just seen that Golden Vape UK have added 2 £50 drip tip vouchers as well.
Oh, that's good.
In the chat. That's why I didn't see it. But
drip tip.
While we're just talking absolute nonsense, can I remind everyone at 10 o'clock we've got Pick a Draw. We've got Craig's Pick a Draw.
Oh, Pick a Draw. Yes.
Pick a
Brand new
draw.
feature invented by Riyadh last week.
I missed Pick a Draw. I didn't even, although I didn't watch it.
10 o'clock, so stay tuned.
Well, Richard, you do your news. I'm making a cup of tea.
Fair play.
Right, go for it. Richard, what's in
Well,
your
you haven't.
news?
Hang on, before you start, I'd just like to wish Simon a happy birthday for Monday.
You're right. I just
Happy
missed
birthday,
that.
Simon.
I missed that. Sorry, dude. Happy birthday, Simon, my boss and best mate for like 20 years. It's your birthday on Monday, but you know that. Happy birthday, mate.
Right. News. The news.
Go for it.
Okay, so we slightly touched on this before, but New Zealand have officially unbanned vaping.
It is
It's
brilliant.
now official. It was on vaping.com, their blog. They had a post about it if you want to find out more. But single-handedly, due to that amazing film that came out.
Yeah.
Just, what was it called? A Billion Clives.
Billion Clive.
Billion Clives, yeah. It was about Clive Sinclair and his crazy little car, wasn't it?
After
Lord of the
one
Rings.
minute
The
of watching
C5. The C5 was a
Yeah,
good thing.
government. Yeah. So congratulations to New Zealand and A Billion Clives on the massive success of that.
I do just want to quickly point out, it's got fuck all to do with that film. Just in case anybody does get the wrong end of the stick, we're just taking the piss.
I think they probably allowed it because of the vaping bogan, because he's their neighbours, isn't he? Isn't their neighbours?
They were like, they wanted to move
He's a
over. I
cool
reckon.
fella. There's no way we can ban vaping when we got someone like him in the public eye.
Yeah.
So I said, fuck it.
He will have been instrumental in that, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Well done, Sam.
Well done, sir.
Well done, mate.
And so that is that. If you want to find out more, yeah, read about it. Right. I don't know if this is interesting to most people. It certainly should be interesting to people that own vape shops. This was created by. This was a survey, a proper survey by an actual scientific team, the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, who did an actual real scientific survey to find out the reasons people aren't switching to e-cigs or have tried and failed to switch to e-cigs.
Mm-hmm.
The key ones that came out were the size and shape of them, all the paraphernalia that goes along with vaping, batteries, refills, etc. The feel of hard plastic in my mouth.
What's John doing?
Amazing entry with
Swiping a bit of
1%.
liquid off the tank and laughing to myself at the stupid answers from the public.
They feel cold compared to my cigarette, which is a thing.
I suppose fire is a bit warm. Isn't it?
The actual combustion is warmer, yeah. But again, that could have been resolved. Having to carry all the kit around and having to charge the battery. It felt artificial, and I couldn't understand all the liquid strengths and paraphernalia like batteries, coils, and things. The mess of refilling, and the fact that e-cigarettes don't last long before having to replace parts and filters and coils and things.
How the fuck do these people exist without, like, cars? Because if you use that to describe cars, it would be exactly the same fucking answer.
I will say the number one answer is very apparently missing from the list. I didn't want to stop smoking.
Well, that's the reason for all of those answers.
Yeah, I didn't want to stop smoking because as soon as you get down to it, the biggest thing you want in your head, which is impossible, you can't make somebody want to quit smoking. And if they come in and they don't want to quit, they're not going to give a shit. Everything's a pain in the ass because it's not as easy as going to buy a pack of cigarettes because it just fucking isn't.
I think there are some things that you could take away from that, like the warm thing. They've just not tried the right e-cig, really. I do feel like they're like brick and mortar stores have a really unique opportunity because I do believe like high street retail is on its way out. completely phasing out if you look at the stats and you look at consumer trends and things. However, there's always going to be a need for certain things. So you're always going to need an optician's.
Yeah.
You can't use a webcam to measure the the problems someone has with their eyes. So, and the same with vaping. It's too complicated to just go on a website, grab something, unless you're willing to just try trial and error and spend a lot of money.
Can you just point out Gus's answer as well, which is one of the reasons is twats who work and frequent vape shops has to be a reason.
It was full of people with black t-shirts on, fucking neck beards and snapbacks. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, that was actually mentioned in a different bit of the research. Actually, that there is a quite unwelcoming environment for a smoker in a suit. But yes, so I do think there is things you can take from that, like the all-in-one kits with the big tank and the long-lasting battery, and you don't have to do anything except chuck juice in. I do think those have got legs, you know, and that does support that. But ultimately, those people didn't really want to quit, and you know, willpower is required and the desire to really actually give it a fair crack. But also, I think have a good.
An addict will make any excuse to carry on their habit, won't they? Basically,
yeah. And they're very flimsy, weren't they? The reasons.
And at one of those points, you said that they don't last very long. An e-cig, I think they last longer than a cigarette does.
Yeah,
unless it's I don't know. What's that?
I was just going to say, my only point was that if you do work in a vape shop, and I know there's a few of our viewers do, and I know this is one of the things that Simon and Graham at the shops make sure of as well, is that even when you've got all the options in the world, the one option you need is a decent mouth for lung setup, you know, that's simple, and do sell that, and don't, because I know we've heard stories in the group of people saying, I went into a vape shop the other day and I vape 12 and 18, and they go into a shop and the bloke behind the counter goes, we got 0, 3 and 6.
Yeah.
And you go, well, I vape 12. And they go, no, it's too much. You want to drop it down? 6, buy a big fucking cloud. And you think, no, I don't fucking want to do that.
No,
it's
yeah. The main trade, the main money from a place like that has got to be proper smokers, isn't it? But there you go. Lastly, now this one might not win us any fans, or it might just be preaching to the choir. I don't know. A bit of a talking point. Is anyone's head spinning just at the idea of how much some people are saying they're vaping?
Yes.
People are saying 20 mil a day, 30 mil a day. I saw something the other day, 50 mil a day.
Well, somebody made a claim on I won't say where.
Yeah.
Another show that kind of, if that claim was true, it would have worked out that they were vaping on 144 millilitres of liquid a day.
I'm calling that, but I'm calling bullshit on that. Come on.
I've seen. I know
you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
I can rip through 20 or 30 mil a day.
Yeah, but 100. Can you imagine doing that?
No.
And how the fuck? I like being preached to by 3 milligram. I've said this before on the show, and I'll fucking say it again. People preaching to me as a 12 milligram vape. I put away from about 5 mil a day, about between 5 and 10 mil a day, and they say, "Oh, are you fucking about with 12? I only vape 3." And you go, "Okay, how much do you vape a day?" And they go, 40. You're vaping more nicotine than me. No, I'm not. You are.
Yeah, it's. Each to their own, do what you want, etc., etc. But if someone said to you, I take the car to work every day, it's 10 miles, and I spend £30 on petrol, you would say, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Something's wrong there. Are your tyres flat? What car is this? you would say you're doing it wrong. And that is just so much. That's crazy. I mean, if we go round, Rick's just said he can easily do 20 mil in a day, which is fine. But I mean, I tried to work it out for this, and I think I'm about 6-7 mil.
I'm between 5 and 10. Yeah, between 5 and 10 somewhere.
Craig?
I know Craig's about 30, 20 or 30, aren't you?
I'm about 20, 25. Yeah.
So you're doing it
I'll vape 3, but I can go. It's like now I'm sitting here and
But Craig's not, because I will say,
I've-
the other thing is Craig's got eyes on himself, because we've had this, me and Craig had this chat fucking years ago before we even started the show. Me to taking the piss and saying he vaped more nicotine than me. And he just went, yeah. He didn't do the indignant dickhead thing of going, no, it's 3 milligrams. He just went, yeah.
It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true.
So,
at shop price. That's £10 a
More
day.
than smoking. Yeah, it's way more than smoking. That's shop price of you. If you're doing 100 mil, like if anyone's getting close to 100 mil a day, yeah, you're fucking nuts.
A few people have
Yeah,
done it in chat, but just if people can in chat put exactly just that in chat how many mil of juice they vape a day. Try and
There'll
work.
be,
Okay,
there'll be
it's
some
15,
big bollocks who's going to come and
20.
say 100 on there, isn't there?
yeah, but it's
20-ish.
fucking bollocks. And if they're doing that, then they are really doing it wrong, because
20
you
mil.
can't go out and even a tenner a bottle. You're spending 100. You know, if a tenner for 100 mil, that's you back to your packet of fags again, doing 100 mil, and that's just
15,
fucking silly.
30. Joe Young, you vape more than I do, and I vape 12 milligrams, so you're vaping more nicotine than me every day.
And I found when I vape on 6, I vape less than
15 to
half
20.
that I would on 3.
It's
Yeah.
a fairly. It does seem to be a lot of high. I would bet on it as well. There's a lot. There's a lot of 20s and 30s, 10, 5, 30, 20 to 25. You know what, I'd nearly bet on it that it's 3 milligram, or
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but there is a difference.
Most people vape 3, don't they? So,
Yeah, but there is a difference in that, which is that it does actually taste different. It does taste different. If you can taste.
I'm
No,
not
the
knocking
reason why-
you on that. I'm not knocking you on that. I'm just mocking the whole thing of saying.
So is that why you don't up your nick then, Craig? Because you don't like the 6
I'll be
mg.
honest. I don't think.
I just will to say,
I don't think I'll
in
vape
Craig's
that
defence,
much.
Craig's an adult. He can do it, and it is that thing of also.
No, John. Hold on a minute. I'll answer it.
No, I totally
He asked me a question.
Oh no! Sorry. I wasn't.
Right, which I mean, the thing is, it's I kind of. I'm just comfortable vaping that kind of way. It's the right amount for the kind of way that I vape and the cadence and the time that I've got. I go out once an hour and I'll have a vape, and it kind of suits that while I'm at work, and that kind of builds the pattern for how I vape. And then in an evening, I'll be sitting here, and if I'm playing computer games or doing something else or I'm out and about, I don't really cane it. I don't really care how much. I'd be amazed actually if it's 20. I'd be amazed if it was 20. Yeah. I really could. I think I quite easily could just go down to 0 and just be done with it.
I will just jump between the two of you quickly, just so I wasn't knocking. Richard didn't infer that you were not.
It's more. I'm more curious about it all than everyone can do what the hell they want. There must be. I also feel like there must be a quantity where it's a different health concern.
Yeah.
How much VG do you want to?
Yeah, how much dehydration do you want? I mean, if you're vaping 100 millilitres a day, you must be guzzling gallons of blinking water, because it does dehydrate you vaping, doesn't it?
And the other thing I have a bit of worry on that is that I think in order to have that kind of level of vape, there's a certain amount of energy is required in order to be able to get through 100 mil, and that energy is in the way of heat. So I am concerned not just about what you're taking in terms of the amount of stuff, but also what damage potentially you could be doing in terms of hot gas, which is what vaping is. So,
I like to see Gus has put he vapes 5 mils and 4.
I'm surprised. I'm thought Gus would vape 1 mil a day being.
It depends what it is. You can get 48
litre a day.
if it's nicotine salt. You're all right.
he's a big unit.
He's getting smaller. Well done, Gus.
Yeah. Anyway,
So a pure curiosity, that one. Each to their own, obviously. But
Well, it's also, I mean, you've got to bear in mind that something no one's mentioned, whether you use a tank or whether you use a dripper. Balls to the wall, 0.1 coil, or do you use a 35 watt Pleto?
isn't it the same though?
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It's just it's
How much nicotine you want to ingest, though, isn't it?
yeah, because
Irrespective of the device.
Well, it's how much you can ingest a lot more with that than you can with that.
Yeah, but
Well,
if I use that less though, and I up the nicotine, it's the same thing though. It's exactly the same. It's just
It does. I think it's true. I know it's true. You subconsciously vape as much as you need for your nicotine dependency. I mean, if I go to 6, I vape less. I vape half. of what I would if I was on a 3. Not even thinking about it.
Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, like I eat corned beef straight out of the can, so absolutely no judgment whatsoever.
yeah,
But just pure curiosity.
John's got his recipe book for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So who's news next? Craig's?
Go on then.
Do it.
First of all, I just want to say a big thank you to Fusion Vape Lounge and Ant Sneath. He also did a bit of a giveaway as well using that photograph, which seemed to have made it all over Plumes on Monday night as well. So
Was it?
yeah, it was like every bloody 5 minutes was my expression going like that. So I just kind of, oh, for fuck's sake. So yeah, I owe Masty. Masty will come on again at some point. I'm sure he will. So we haven't had Angst John for ages either.
No, we need to get those Plumes boys on. They're probably, it's been a while, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they must be craving the limelight now that we've overtaken them. So
Yeah, mate, they probably are. They might get a bit nervous if they come on our show.
It's
Yeah, let's talk them into it slow.
yeah,
so who's got a lot of time in their hands? That's Sean.
Yeah. Luckily, he hasn't cut himself with that spinner. Talking of hands.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah. That's horrible. Next up, Vapeware Mods are doing the second batch of next eras. So I think it's already been done. The list has. So the next one will be the third batch. But yes, they are around. I've been using mine quite a bit. It's a Squonkinati. It is a Squonkinati. It's a really, really good Squonkinati. But in normal mode, I don't think it's got it. You need that capacity. Otherwise, you're just dead in the water. And it's very efficient. So you end up filling it an awful lot. But it's very good. It's very, very good. But
and there's a review out today by a little-known vapor called Damien Mortar. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of him.
Yes.
Yeah, bloke who dresses like a girl with bunches.
That's the chap. Mr. Damien Mortar from A Bloody Good Vaping has got a review out for the next Stasis today. Go on,
Next era.
Check that out later.
Next era. Sorry.
Era, yeah. Yeah, he's been testing it for a while. So he's doing that. Next up, I've got some pictures. You know the exoskeleton, right?
Stop. We're 8 minutes late for what's in Craig's drawers.
Oh, fucking hell. Right. Do you want to pick one?
Why don't we get chat to pick one? Go on.
The first one in
Say, what drawer?
We're just going to sit here until they agree
How
on
many
one.
across? How many up? Hit it.
How many? Go across and down. It's easier. Start at the top.
Cross and down. Go on.
Left to right.
There's a delay now. So
top row, last one on the right from Gus.
Top row, last on the right. I've got 2 pots of paint in there.
It's got Airfix paint.
Airfix paint.
Airfix paint.
So they're not exclusive to vape in those drawers?
No, I've got. You just had to pick the one which had got these in it. That's the way it works. I actually use these for touching up. God, don't say it. I know how your minds are working. The moment I say touching up, I'm just thinking, God, they're going to say it, give them a gap. Yeah, for atties and things like that. So when there's like a little chip on something, so it's like a pure white and a black. So I just use it for doing that. Just to.
You're such a fucking loser.
Interesting. No, I think that's brilliant.
Can
That's
someone in chat keep note of what drawer we picked? Because as
Someone
exciting
needs
as
to
the
resign.
2 pots of paints were, we don't want 2 pots of paint.
Again.
No, I might move it. Next time, you might get the pots of paint in a different place.
Oh my God.
I think you should go to Anne Summers and just buy something disgusting. Put it in one of the drawers.
Yeah, I'll find C-Death's cock rings and the plastic turd. Actually, I've still got the plastic turd.
Hey.
There you go. Put some vinyls in one drawer. And whoever picks
Oh,
it,
yeah.
Oh, God.
The possibilities are
Brilliant.
really what's in
Finals in
Craig's
a drawer, and
drawers.
you could do a competition. Whoever picks it.
It feels like a Netflix spin-off.
Yeah, use Netflix spin. Next up, anyway,
Sorry.
that's all right. The exoskeleton.
Richard's favourite mod.
I found an image. This is the first thing. I didn't know that they actually did another one with a cage design. Do you want to show it, Rick? Oh, hello. That's me.
I love that.
Oh, went, oh.
What's going on? Why is that doing that?
What did you have to drink at lunch, Rick?
He's done it again.
Look,
He's sharing the wrong window.
I'm not though. I'm not though.
Share the whole screen.
Oh,
I am sharing screen too, and I'm looking at what it is.
oh, just while Rick's trying to work out how to do that. If anybody
Oh,
messes,
we got
there
it.
you go.
We got it. We got it. We got it.
They also did this one.
Oh, it's the same mod.
It's the same mod, but they also
With a
did.
different,
I mean,
different cage. They sell different cages.
yeah, this, and I never saw this. I didn't realise that you could out hideous the cage one with that.
Yeah.
Didn't it look like somebody's used you know, like a sheet metal cutter? Like someone's gone, like they've gone and made some plex, and they've gone, don't chuck that away. Wrap that around the mob.
That was the problem with my drop tests. It already looked like it had been dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it looks like
you're not good. Sorry, with me.
a futuristic lighthouse that somebody just gave up on.
Is this a good time to point out that they spontaneously combust?
Yeah, go.
Yes.
Yeah.
The exoskeletons, it's looking quite like, although no official word from Wismec, I think they're waiting for an actual mortality, but
Oh, John's gone.
he'll be back.
Yeah.
But apparently the 510 doesn't have an O-ring in the right place, so it's very susceptible to juice going through it. And then the board has no protection from liquid, whereas a lot would. And so it can, in that situation, auto fire. And they're the ones that you've seen exploded or melted.
None of these 510s have got a leak proof, are they?
No, but a lot of boards are, aren't they?
Yeah, a lot of boards have got like a coating on them, I think.
They're sprayed, or like the
That black stuff.
the Hexome has. They put it in like it's like almost like a rubberized
Heat shrink.
coating thing. Yeah.
Mark's saying in chat they put an announcement out today.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. Mark's giving us information.
Yeah, he's also said there is a lot of the vaporous RDAs that Rick was talking about earlier. Apparently, a lot of those are coming with wobbly negative posts. Apparently.
Oh, he's giving you a dud.
So watch out for that. Well, no, mine's fine.
I'll tighten it up now anyway. It's not hard just to tighten up a screw, is it?
Mine's fine, but
Only a screw that holds it on. There you go. Look, one screw, tighten it up, fixed.
So there's that. Anyway, that's that one. Next up, I'll just check this. People who were sending me messages during the middle of the show on Facebook, I really am not going to get back to them. Via Herbie, I got this out of the group. Just because if you're not in the group, you should be in the group. And there's a reason that you should be in the group, because it's just fucking pictures like this. Do you want to show the batteries?
Yeah, hopefully that will show it. No, it won't show it. What's going on with the fucking thing? Stop that. It's not me, honestly, Governor. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
Look at these. Just
Hideous, isn't it? Look at the state of that shit, man.
unreal, isn't it? I don't know if I put the other image in there. I think I just put the one, but
No, you did have another one there.
I did have the other one. I mean, these were batteries that were being used. Just for
there was two things that were being said on that thing, and I'll bring them up really quickly. One of them was somebody said, someone not from our group, maybe you hadn't watched the threads before, said, "Come on, guys, chill out. You know, you've got to give people like this advice." He's not fucking here. It was the bloke who, you know, this was a friend of a friend who posted them on there. If somebody had showed us those and it had been, you know, is this okay? We'd have said, fuck no, and we'd have helped them out. But there wasn't that. This was just a thing. And the other thing was, some people said, well, at least he got the right idea. What
idea?
Well, to be fair, though, that is a pretty safe battery.
Sort of. I mean, what the fuck did it look like before? It's very
insulated, isn't it? I mean, there's no... I don't know what the top's like. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the
problem. If it's missing, that's it. If that insulation ring is fucking gone, that's it.
Yeah. And generally, it's reached the point of it being like that. something's gone badly wrong somewhere, and chances are, if it's reached that point and you're still using those batteries, the fucking hell, they must be just dead on the last legs. They really must as well. So,
and a couple of people pointed out something which we've said before. How much is a battery wrap? I mean, fucking, it's about 50 battery wraps for £3.
Get them on eBay. Get your wife's hair dryer out. Job done.
I do know that you can get 1,000 for £50.
I just bought a couple of rolls on eBay for a couple of quid, and I've still got loads of it left to cut a bit off now and again and rewrap a battery if I need to.
I get the sleeves, the ones that are already, you just slide the battery on. Then
I think Norbert gives them out with some of his batteries as well.
Some of his batteries again. I got 2 blacks, and the batteries that he'd sent me, I didn't need them, so I popped them on another couple of batteries that had been caught by one of the connections, which is
battery connection,
yeah, which happens. You just look after yourselves. We were taking the piss. Don't take stuff seriously, because we'd read the post properly. We knew who it was from, and we took the piss because they weren't there. If they were there, we'd have sorted them out.
Yeah, we probably would have got them batteries, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I was just going to quickly point out, because you mentioned the group. The other thing is, when you go and join the Facebook group, because it's very active. When you join the Facebook group, there's a really simple question that Rick put on there, and it still amuses me every day. The question is, what are the names of the 4 hosts? Well, even if you've never watched the show before, you won't be watching this at the moment, obviously, but you could just press who are the admin. Guess what? It's us 4, you fucking knobhead.
I just put something funny.
That question is only really to stop the spammers. And if anybody has sort of got a few, if I see anyone that's got a few mutual friends in the group, I just let them in anyway, whether they've answered or not.
Yeah. There was a bloke the other day who didn't get in the group because I pushed the question back. If somebody requests to answer, I always push the question, because there's a button we can press which pushes the question. I didn't let him in because I've had a few people who go who've made a funny answer. I've got, that's quite funny actually. I'll let you in. At least you're watching what you're doing. That's fine. But this guy put yesterday. I was going to screenshot him. I forgot. I pushed the question back on him, and 2 minutes later, the answer was, "I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I was joining the group to learn something." It's like, I was just thinking, you're not going to learn shit.
Learn how to talk to the admin of a group, maybe.
Yeah. I just want to join to learn something. I don't give a fuck. All right, man. See you later.
So,
I would have let him in for that, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I probably would as well. Yeah, John, you're mean.
Yeah.
Mean.
I mean, yeah.
You caught him on a bad day, Mr. RDAs.
It's those 2 years of SV that have damaged him.
Bro, I've got the fucking devil inside.
Next up, via Neil Jardine, he also put a picture up, I think today or yesterday, of the Ceto or Keto or RDA.
This ridiculous thing.
Oh yeah,
that thing. Now,
look, coils work.
Yeah,
you don't need.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I kind of Mark made a comment. I do tend to agree with him actually. It's just a different way of vaping. If you like it, knock yourself out.
It's going to be fucking hot right next to your top cap.
I really do like the look of the Tayfun, the one that Mark reviewed, with the same thing. I quite like that. That's my kind of thing. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I'm unconvinced. I
don't think it matters whether I think people
is that like normal mesh then. How's it work?
Yeah.
So any mesh?
Does it?
Yeah, it should be all right. Yeah, you want to just fill it with cotton then, Richard, in the bit of mesh.
The amount of juice you'd have to stick in that to keep it wet.
Right.
Agreed.
I mean, the only thing that I'd say with it is I'd have trouble just working out the maths behind what to vape it at.
Hey, look at the fucking amount of cotton you have to put.
You could turn it up until it's hot and turn it down so that it's cool, and that would kind of do it. But it just kind of, as somebody who kind of likes to know how things are going to turn out before I start doing things, it just sets me off. That does.
I just think it's
what's that? Incatatus has just put. Does it? can you do SS temperature control with SS with stainless steel mesh? You can.
Yeah.
Paula does it.
Imagine
Ask
you
Paula.
could. Yeah, you should be able to.
It's got the same
Todd's,
properties.
Does anybody use
Todd
temp?
just
Does
put-
people use temp control?
Paula does. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Actually, Paula Jankowski, the wonderful SV admin, she uses temp control. And she uses mesh, and she uses TI. I think.
I just think this would take so long to ramp up.
I was just going to say, Marcus said 80 watts at least.
Yeah, and what is the point? I mean, yeah, and you're just wasting a whole side of it, aren't you?
Well, you are with the coil as well, though.
I suppose you are, yeah, but it sort of creeps through, doesn't it? I mean, you get strands.
People vape in different, but people vape in different ways. And the thing of if you watch Mark's Tayfun review, there's loads of air hitting on the Tayfun. There's loads of air hitting that mesh. Blows clouds.
Yeah, I mean, it could vape all right, but I just think it's a waste of space. It's a waste of power, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. There's opinion in it. Like people like everyone goes on about these. Oh, you can't. But I've got a Cleto stock coil in my hand. Everyone goes on about these. The best stock coil ever, and it tastes just like a handmade coil. I tell you what, if that tastes like a coil you've made, you need to fucking learn to build because it didn't. It's not. It's pretty good, but it's fucking nowhere near. No. It's not even close. I get told that at work all the time. Oh, I can't taste the difference. Fuck me, you need a new face, mate. That don't taste anything like it.
Anyway, next up, got a couple of images of the Coral DNA 60 that Lost Vape have bought out. I've just popped them up here because it's just appeared, really. I like the look of it. They do some all right stuff. They are one of the better production houses for mods that are out there, or production level.
Oh yeah, that looks sweet. That looks nice. That.
So tiny little thing. Tony,
I like the look at that.
What's it powered by then?
I have no idea.
Built-in battery.
Hang on, let's have a look. Hang on, there's a picture there. It's a DNA. There you go.
Yeah, DNA 60.
DNA 60.
Sorry, is it a built-in battery then, or 18650?
I honestly don't know. They did get an 18650 in the other small one, but that looks to be just a little bit shorter than that.
Mark Todd says 18500.
18500. Oh wow, that's odd.
It'd be nice and small though.
I'll hazard a guess that Mark's got one. I'll get him one.
Yeah, have you got one, Mark? You can tell. 18500.
Why is it leaning on a pallet? That's a really weird picture. It's just the most random thing.
It's just what's in the factory, isn't it?
That's such a weird.
I like it. I think that's arty.
But
I like the fact it looks like it lent there. Like, this is me, casual. Take it, Jeff. Look.
Just leaning here. Look, I'm having a bit of a dive. I should be pushing this pallet around, but I'm having a little dive, a little lean on the pallet.
I'm pretty
It's
sure.
all right. The boss is out.
60
He's just popped out to see a customer.
say
I'm pretty sure.
You can't see me over the pallet.
Richard, say again.
But I'm pretty sure 0 ohms at 3.9 volts isn't 60 watts.
That's a good point.
Mm.
But there is another thing on this, which is what an 18500. An 18500. What will on a regulated mod at 60 watts? At 60 watts, if it drops down to, let's say, 3.2 volts, and you want to get 60 watts out of it, there's quite a high draw on that battery. And
Ain't gonna last.
There are some 10 amp ones though, aren't there?
What's the best sort of MAR 18500 can you get these days?
I bought one for years.
1500 MAR? 1500?
I think 1100.
it's the amp draw.
No, that'd be a 350, Richard, I think.
It's not the amount of power it's got, it's the amp draw. The amp draw is the thing that worries me, because if you're getting close to 20 amp draw on a 3.2 volts, 60 watts, you're getting very close to 20 amp draw.
It probably has a cut-off, doesn't it, how low you can...
They're saying Frape and Steve Bellamy are both saying 1200 MAR.
So yeah, that's
all right.
And they'd know.
That's fucking useless. That's not going to last 2 minutes at 60 watts.
Yeah, no. Maybe something else. But either way,
it's not.
But nice looking, that.
Next up is the Vapor Expo. Have given the dates out for the October at the Birmingham NEC, which is the 27th to 29th. I'll probably be doing the Saturday. I think you guys skip this one normally, don't you? What's
this one?
Vapor Expo. it's the second one of the year.
The October one, I'm undecided. I don't know. Honestly.
I'll do the Saturday. I'll go down on the Saturday, probably with Eddie if he's heading down, and then
I'm going on the Friday.
Okay.
Ooh, look, we're hitting it.
Oh,
we might.
And then
I don't know.
The next one is Vape Jam 4.
Oh, when did you say it was October the what?
27th.
Oh, I thought I was going to say I'm going on holiday, but it's the start of October.
Yeah, Vape Jam 4 is on the 6th to the 8th of April next year at London XL. So, yeah, it'll be the pub again. Next year, what we're going to do, though, is we're going to have a day away from that pub.
Yes, definitely.
We are definitely going away from that pub for an evening. Because
they banned vaping as well, so fuck them. Let's go somewhere else.
Yeah, so we'll actually, and if anybody decides to come along, they can come along. If they don't, then fuck you. Yeah, but we'll kind of. It felt really weird that whole weekend. We were kind of in this space of about 100 square yards.
It was a bit too much spending 2 nights in that pub, really, wasn't it?
I didn't go there. We went to Novotel, I think, in the end on Friday. No, Thursday. I was there from Thursday.
I went there on Friday with Ruby and Nick and that.
Yeah, we'll find something better. We'll find a better.
Yeah, so we'll do that. Next up, very quickly, Kennedy have bought out a 2700 Roundhouse, which is quite sexy. I do quite like it. So they have bought one out, $120, I think it is.
Good price. They do some good stuff, Kennedy. I am a big Kennedy fan, I must say.
Yep, same here.
I'm not going to vape. I'm not going to Vape Expo. Simon just put chat. If it helps, I'm not going. So that means I'm not going.
So that's then the other bit, I didn't put any pictures of these up at all. This is more of a general thing, which is, and it's based off. I think it kind of falls a bit in line with Markski's, a little bit with Markski's post, which is just. There's a fucking hell of a lot of squonky natties appearing in that kind of like mid to high range at the moment. A ridiculous amount of them. And it seems to, and I understand that people are going to have lots and lots of different things and what have you, but it does make me wonder, you know, when's it going to calm down again? When is it really going to calm down? Because there's millions of them now appearing. It's like every other atty that's coming out now is getting that way. And I guess it's a sign of, you know, the squonking taking off as much as it is. But it's that middle high end range. Never had it like this before when it was just drippers though.
There's just so many more things out now, isn't there?
We've had it with tanks in the past, Greg. I mean, 2 years ago? Everything was the best thing. So the Hurricane was the best thing ever. I've never tasted anything like it. And the Rose was, and the Capron was. It has happened before. And people you have to be susceptible to it. And I think Mark got to saturation point the other day, which I think we've all spoken about this off air and said, fuck are they on about? Fucking idiots. It's the fucking air and a fucking coil.
Yeah.
Didn't taste like, you know, it's bollocks. So.
Yeah. It kind of leads on to the other thing, which will kind of, I've stuck under Rick's notes actually, which probably leads into it actually, isn't it, Rick?
It does, doesn't it? I mean, Mark, like as John just said, Mark hit, in my opinion, hit the nail on the head. But I do think when you get a few years into vaping, the people who are really going around that, you know, getting into the hype haven't been around as long as other people. I mean, I don't follow hype. I mean, I've got my atties that work for me. I've got lots and I try the odd new one, but I don't get caught up in the hype of anything really because I've got what I need. When I think for me, Mark Ski hit the nail on the head really. When you've got lots of good atties with a gnat's hair of difference between them, it's hard to get excited about the hype, isn't it?
It is. I think we kind of go for a lot of the times we'll talk about things on here like build quality, like something's just it's got that thing that you like you just see an atomizer you like, or you think, fuck mate, that's a good concept. I really like that, and that's what causes me to go and buy something now.
But at the moment, I mean, how many how many different like Norder styles?
That's what I was going to say. How many Nardas are there now?
How many Norders are there now? And I'll be honest, out of every single one that I've tried, none of them have come near a Norder yet.
Are we touch? I was just gonna.
Yeah, do it, John. Do it. Go on, John.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Do it.
You know, I'm going to talk about RRP. Is that
yeah,
what you think?
do it.
Oh. There was I'm going to have to. There was a discussion the other day on. I'm going to have to name it because it's daft or not really. There was a discussion at the end of VT UK Tuesday night, and they were and it was about what something costs to make and what it retails for, and it was great, and Chris made some good points, and Tom made some good points, and Stuart did too. It was something getting completely lost. For me, from Stuart's side of the argument, which was this thing about thinking, because you know how much something costs to make if you know the materials of it and you know how much a CNC machine costs or whatever. No, how much well, basically it was materials equals RRP, and that's just not true. That's the completely. I know it'd be great if there was a really simple world and you can work out how much what something's made of by components, and then what is worth to then what can you sell it for. That's not how it works. That's way too simplified. There's so much more in that. I think we've touched on it, and probably not for about a year and a half or something. But you're forgetting machinist time. You're forgetting the prototyping, how much that actually costs. You're forgetting the tooling. There's so many more things in that. And there was a point that was made, and I can't go against it, which is it's worth. This is totally true. And it kept getting said in chat on VT UK, and I know it was got washed over, but it's worth what it'll sell for, and that's the answer. That's the end of the argument. That is exactly what it's worth. It's worth what someone's willing to pay for it. Just chuck something on eBay. If you ever want to know what it's worth, put it on eBay, stick it for 99p, and see what happens. It's worth what someone's going to pay for.
I think the other factor in here is, using Richard as an example. He's a seriously talented guy who spent a very long time learning a trade.
We're talking about artisan mods, is what we're talking
about.
Not
talking about me or Richard. We're not.
But you have as well. No, but you have as well. It's like, let's take Chuff for instance. Chuff's a really good machinist. He knows what he's doing. He's invested in a lot of equipment, a lot of time. He's invested in somewhere to host all this, which was, he'd got an actual store set up that he was having to pay for, the electricity, all of the air conditioning in it, because it's in the middle of Las Vegas at the time. It's going to be fucking hot. All of these other things that you've got. And when you just boil it down to its material parts, things do look cheap. I know Golden, who's in chat, was also on the show saying, the Apple iPhone costs $13 or $5 to make. But how many billions went into deciding that the antenna should go over here instead of over here, and all of these things. And then on top of that, for that example, the software, how many billions get spent in developing software on these things, or the risk, the risk processor that ARM did, all of these things. There's so much else goes into it, and you can't look at something and just say, okay, I expect them to make 20 quid or whatever off the top of something. I know from chats I've had with other modders, and one in particular, I'm not going to name it. You'll probably be able to work it out. But
no, I was just saying, Nopic just put in chat. Don't forget, you have to pay the monkey to push the button.
Yeah. So he's kind of
push the left button, not that one.
Yeah,
not that one.
Yeah, somebody's got to pay for the button.
That was a Gervais joke.
They were making
the sun.
Yes.
No, he's pressed the banana button again.
But they were making a mod, and it cost close to 500 quid to make, And if the board went wrong in it, that was the profit wiped out on 2 mods. That's how much they were working at to do it. Now, you're not making a fucking living off that. You know, you're really not making a living off that. And I think everybody's entitled to make a living out of doing what they do in anything else. These
and the other thing is, if they make shit, if they make something crap and they design it badly, it won't fucking sell.
Yes,
they won't make any fucking money.
Nobody has ever said that £1,000 mod will work better than a 30.
No. It
won't. But it's not your concern. You can buy a Skoda or a Rolls Royce. It still does the same thing. It doesn't. It's no one's business. If someone wants to sell a mod for £1,000 and someone's willing to buy it for £1,000 and they'll cherish that thing, then it's worth £1,000.
Yeah. And the other, sorry, carry on, Craig. Sorry.
If it's that same thing as well. If anybody stuck their nose into our business and told us how to go and spend our money, or any 4 of us, you know, we'd instantly turn around and say, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Because
it's our money. We're not going to tell you how to do it, because it is none of our business. If you want to blow £1,000 on a one-off, you know, whatever the latest fucking mech tube is, oh goddamn, what is it again? The Purge. If you want to go out and buy one of those, knock yourself out. Do it. It doesn't matter. If you want to spend 20, 25, 30 grand on a bespoke mod which has got the most wonderful things all over it and everything else, if you've got that money and you want to spend it, knock yourself out. If at the end of the day, you know, and they were saying, well, they can't afford to like feed the kids, or they're doing these things, that's their problem. That's their stupidity, not yours. And you shouldn't be dictating it to them either. You should be maybe giving them advice saying, you might want to think about that, because that's the college education fund that's getting wasted. But it's their money at the end of the day. Let them deal with it.
And
it does sort of come across as sort of a bit green-eyed monster when somebody moans about it, really, to be honest. It's not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But
I think the other thing is just getting two markets. I was just going to quickly. There were 2 markets to get confused as well. Is that when you look at something, you also got to, you know, someone's making it. There's a difference between margin selling and volume, right? There's so many little bits to this, and it's so much more complicated than the way you can sum it up. You can sum it up by saying that's a piece of tube and someone's threaded it and they put 2 bits on the end. And why the fuck would anybody pay 500 quid? But why the fuck do you care? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Yeah. Just it'll sell for what it'll sell for. It really will. And if I've definitely witnessed some flops. I remember. Oh fuck it, I don't care. I'll get in trouble for shit anyway. I remember. Who's the chap from Paolo from Geppetto made a mod, and he popped it up on his Powell, sorry, from Geppetto made a mod, and he popped it on his site, popped it on his Facebook page. He didn't say how much it was. He just popped it up. It looked like the Jolly Green Giants cock and balls, right? It absolutely, like, there's no way you could deny it. It was a side by side, but there was no atomizer in it. And it looked like the Jolly Green Giant with a couple of lovely bollocks on the bottom like that. And no one fucking told him. For half an hour, I was crying with laughter. Right, I could see it. I saw the mod. I started laughing straight away, and everybody was saying what a masterpiece it was. Amazing. Is it for sale? I'd fucking carve my own nutsack and post it to you. If only I could get a chance to buy this mod. And it was like the Emperor's New Clothes. And one little bloke from nowhere went, "It looks like a knob." And then I was really laughing, and then he did exactly what was in my mind and got edited a picture of the Jolly Green Giant and put the knob and ball and put the mod on it. It just looked like the Jolly Green Giant's knob and ball. People fuck up. And they, you know, they do. And these things don't sell for what, you know, fucking millions of pounds. Yeah. Because they fuck up. But they've made that and it cost, you know, they've got a fucking mod that is like a knob.
Yeah. Anyway, Richard, what do you think? You've been very quiet on all this, Richard. What are your thoughts on?
Yeah, I just feel like it's capitalism. You can't have half capitalism.
Yeah.
It's what it is. You can't. You'll get a bargain. Sometimes you'll get a bargain. sometimes people paying crazy money, and so be it. So be it. That's just the way of it. You can't. It's just.
And
not a thing. It's just not a thing.
everyone's entitled to their opinion on it, aren't they? I mean, and Stuart is entitled to his opinion, and it doesn't work, and an expensive mod doesn't work as well. But it's an opinion, and you don't need to. You don't even need to go there, really.
It's an opinion.
You don't even need to.
Wrong.
No, he's just.
Well, no, it's not wrong. It's right because it's his opinion. You know.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, you don't even have to listen to us. You completely ignore if you disagree. That's fine as well. It don't make any difference. But it's just trying to say there's not hard. My point really was there's no hard and fast rule. It doesn't matter how you try and superimpose it, and you try to. The analogies I've heard are so fucking stupid. I've heard vaping as an analogy to cars. Stuart did one with milk the other day, which you have to go and watch the milk analogy. I know you're going to say it was so funny. It was amazing. Yeah, they were saying milk is the new one, but cars and houses is the normal fallback analogy for vaping. They're hilarious.
I don't know how you do it with milk because everything that's related to milk is milk.
Yeah, honestly, go on to
Well, yogurt, you can make milk more valuable by making it cheese.
You can make it a friendly yogurt.
Oh.
You can use Bifidus directivum, or whatever the fuck it's called.
You could sell it in one of those hipster shops in those like areas that kind of get done over. You know, like next door to that breakfast.
Right. Are we going to bring an Omi in? Is that the next thing?
I've got no idea who we pick. Who do you want to pick?
I've got.
Right, you go and do that then.
Oh no, I was just
you bring an Omi in. I'm going to carry on with my news if I can.
Oh yeah, you do that. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll get a cup of tea.
Whoever it is, give them some warning now.
He's doing it now, I think.
Yeah. Well, we've all seen it this week. We've seen. Can I?
Go on, Rick. Sorry.
Yeah, go on, Rick. Sorry, mate.
I was just going to say, we've seen it this week. What do we think about this poisoned pets article that's going out where a pet or 100 pets or something have been poisoned or got ill from drinking or eating e-liquid? And they've made a big hoo-ha about it, haven't they? But in my opinion, is it any different to, I don't know, a sweet tasting bleach or toilet cleaner or something, whatever? I don't know.
I just think the shit thing about it was the fact that they chose the e-cigarette rather than the more amazing thing, which was that nearly 500 pets got poisoned by chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me is the one that I kind of do it. So, oh my God.
It's Robson.
Hello.
Hello.
Don't say fuck all.
Am I unmuted?
That's
Yeah,
it.
you're on
That's
mute.
it, Mark. You're right, mate.
Yeah, please be careful. Don't say fuck, cunt, shit. None of them. They're all out, mate. Just keep it.
Go on, Rick. You just finish off, and then we'll jump straight into.
Well, no, I was just saying it's a bit. It's just again, it's sensationalizing e-cigarettes for the sake of it's clickbait.
Yeah.
Because pets are poisoned by everyday things a lot more than they are by e-cigarettes.
Yeah,
So they've used
really upsetting article, really.
Yeah.
I think I was just going to say I think I wrote everything that I thought because I own a very, very stupid dog who's downstairs right now and she's a fucking nightmare and I have to keep everything away from her because she's a fucking idiot. And that the things that like vaping is like fucking like it is quite far out of my mind because I wouldn't put anything near her anyway. But the daft thing from the list, there's loads of things missing. Raisins will kill your dog. Grapes will kill your dog. I know they mentioned chocolate. There's so many other things.
Chocolate.
Mark Todd's dog ran around the house with a bottle of bleach that it found next to the toilet. It didn't pierce it, but if you own a bit of a daft dog, you know that. You know these things that you can't let them fucking get hold of.
The headline should read that a pet poisoned by irresponsible owner.
Yeah, that's what it should read.
E-cigarette.
Yeah.
Because you have to think for your pet because they don't have that capability and doing so. It's totally tough. I know Mark's a dog owner actually as well, and we are really like you have to be extremely careful because they're not. You can't humanize the dog because it doesn't fucking know that grape will kill it. It just fucking eat it. And they don't know that a chocolate will kill it, so you don't put the chocolate on the floor and say don't touch it. It's just totally stupid.
Can you imagine TJ, Mark's TJ? It must look up and look at that Grant's vanilla custard.
It's probably smelt it and go, fucking fuck that. I don't know what that is. Dead tramp's piss. I don't want that stuff.
He's probably thinking when he walks in there, that smell, where's the piece of string?
Right, should I quickly do my last quick one?
Go for it.
This tickled me and Craig earlier when we saw it. It's it's a headline. It's a news article, and the article was e-cigarette battery explosion hurts man his marriage. I've missed it out somewhere. All right, the point of it was a married Plainfield couple is suing 2 vape shops, alleging battery purchased there for an e-cigarette exploded and caught fire in his husband's pants pockets, leaving him with 2nd and 3rd degree burns and hurting their love life. His wife alleges in the suit against two vape shops and the battery manufacturer LG that she lost her husband's companionship after the incident and suing them for it.
We're just cold hands now.
He's got a burnt. Come on, he's got a burnt knob. Give it a chance to heal. It'll be all right soon. You know what I mean?
I mean, she's worried about getting sex. He's worried about whether it'll even exist afterwards.
He's got a burnt walnut whip, and he needs it to heal up.
And it looks like that now. It's got like this little scabby hazelnut on top.
But no, it just tickled me that it's. You know, we've got American friends. I love my American friends over there, but you lot sue each other for fucking anything. I mean, come on.
Your dick off.
Yeah. So yeah, she lost her companionship, so she's suing LG for it.
The other thing is that she really needs to find a better name for his penis.
Well, I know what she's after. She's after a lifetime supply of batteries for her vibrator.
Yeah. LG's.
Definitely settle out of court, that one, I reckon.
Fucking
It stands for life's good, doesn't it, LG?
Yeah. Yeah, life's good.
Yeah, life's good.
It should be life's good ... ish.
But anyway, that's my little bit of news. So, are we moving on? Are we going to talk to Mark a bit here? Are we? We've got Mark.
Let's talk to Mark.
Go on, John.
Craig, are you going to do that? This is Mark. Mark, who's also you're an admin on UKS, aren't you, young Mark?
I am.
Admin of UKS Squonk. We actually are going to talk about squonking today. Fucking hell. Squonk aficionado. And I think we all first met you at Vape Jam 2016.
Yep, that was it. Back then.
In London.
Yep.
Joined us for a chinwag and stuff.
Craig,
have you got...
It's nice to hang out with Mark.
Yeah. It's always good to hang out with Mark. You've got the Meet the Obies questions are missing from the notes.
Just make them up.
There's a couple in chat.
I've got some in chat. So vaping, I've been vaping for about just over 3 years. Went through the same route as most people, like sort of Ego, CE, ATI. That lasted about 3 days. And I bought, I think was it a company called Tech? I think they were owned by...
Yes, TECC, yeah.
That's it. So I ended up going back and like sort of buying one of their telescopic mods, which lasted about 5 days. And got
I do remember. It was called the Tech Telescope, wasn't it?
Yep. Came with a mathematics on top. And then I noticed a guy coiling up a K-Fun in the shop, and I thought that looked a bit difficult, so I went back and watched videos from people like Todd and back at that time, like sort of old Rip Trippers and people like that. And just like sort of moved on from there, and like sort of generally like sort of bought lots of gear over the past 3 years.
Yes.
I Lunch was salad today. Actually, lunch was a salad from around the corner.
You're on the vaping
Wow.
through fitness thing at the moment, aren't you?
Kick him out.
No.
You're on
Yeah,
you're on the same thing as sort of Gus. Aren't you kind of trying to kind of knock the pounds off?
Yep, 1.5 stone in 6 weeks. So
Good lad.
That's
Well
pretty
done,
damn
Mark.
good.
Very good.
Nice
Good going, man.
Nice one.
that one.
Yeah, if I do that, I'm actually back to controlling my diet again, which is always funny to people because they think I already look like a smackhead. But yeah, they do it more.
Yeah, that heroin chic needs.
Yeah,
needs
I'm
to
getting
get
the
out
heroin
there.
shit back.
Yeah.
It was a posh salad though. It had halloumi in it.
Halloumi, that's good. I like. Did you have a dressing though? Because halloumi comes alive with the dressing.
It did. It had a bit of a lemony, minty.
Yeah, I like it. I like a lemony minty vibe with a bit of halloumi.
It was interesting.
We've got into the nether zone, Mark.
I had a good lunch today. I had a steak and ale pie.
Mm.
It was very nice.
Did you have a dressing on it?
It had
Gravy.
No, it had a gravy. It was a traditional sort of.
Really?
It was a nice. It wasn't a pie though. They called it a pie, but it had a bowl of sort of meat.
Oh, with a lid on
Gravy,
it.
and it had a topper on it. There's a piece of
Nah.
pastry about that swollen up to about that big, about that round on top of it.
Take ages to cool down then.
Yeah, they do. It's
Yeah.
like an
It
insulator.
has to have a base.
I think so too, but it was very nice. You could taste the ale in it. It was good. It came with
not
some
really-
potatoes and some other seasonal vegetables.
It's not really a pie then, though, is it? If it hasn't got a crust, I think.
No,
You know,
I
the
don't think
base.
it's a pie.
It's not a pie it's a casserole. Isn't it?
I think we should talk about pies quickly. Have you ever had every so often you get a game pie and it's got shot in it? That is, as a man of over 30.
We're not that fucking posh.
That's a proper bit of pie if you've got a bit of lead shot in it.
Fuck, that's no fun at all. As a man over 30, when you bite down on a piece of pie and something hard, you just think, oh, fuck, that's 200 quid. That's going to be a crown. Fucking bollocks.
I was
You
just
get, oh, it's a bit
gravel. I was when we bite into it's normally gravel from roadkill.
from gravel pie.
Yeah.
That's the northern way, isn't it?
Get a lot of shot in pie. Mark, vaping
RSP's
question.
the business card.
I'm sure we could do more questions for Mark. What can we
More
do?
questions for Mark. Mark, how many squonking mods do you own?
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
About 15, I think.
15. That's not that.
Which one would you grab in a fire?
Probably one of those two actually. So Alt MP on,
Oh, nice.
and that is the Pulsar by Mod Dog.
Got one of those. Did we see this at Vape Jam this year?
You
Yeah.
did. Yeah, it's quite an interesting mod actually. Like so, it's everything's up the top. Like so, there's no contact or anything around the bottom of it.
Mm.
You've just got a simple like sort of silver switch that goes like sort of across there.
Yeah.
Button down. It's Delrin, like sort of brass. D mods. So on top of that.
It's nice.
Oh,
And we've got to ask, what's your okay? Well, I think because we know you're a vapor extraordinaire. You've got to grab the same fire, and you can grab 3 liquids because you've got a mod and an atty. What are your 3?
That's a good question, actually. I've got.
It feels loaded. It feels like John knows.
I don't actually. No, I don't actually.
John's seen the orders.
I don't know.
First of all, Ice Cream Man, rhubarb ice cream. I'm actually vaping quite a lot of at the moment.
Okay, fair enough. We do sell that.
If you want some more product placement, the guys that do this one, what was the peachy one?
Oil vapes. Nectarus.
No, not that one.
Nectarus.
Strawberry Fields,
No,
Arctic Peaches.
it's peachy something. It's called.
Peachy.
I don't know. That's not coil vapes.
It was one that. No, hold on. I've got it right here. No, not Lime Yo, the other one.
How would you grab it in a fire? You can't grab it now.
Do you mean?
Well,
Slow burn.
They don't.
Roxy, it's called.
Rocks.
Is that coil vapes?
It's cool, mate. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. That's one we don't do. Actually.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I'll try and find the right one. Trying to get some beyond corporate message.
No. It was literally the 3 grabbing a fire. Fuck me. I'm not being that much of a prick.
I'm really sorry about all of your stuff burning down, but you should have grabbed our juice.
Congratulations.
And the other one's Helen by Old Cove Lane.
Oh, because you met Ruby when we met Ruby.
I did, and I was lucky to be able to actually grab a couple of bottles. But that Helen is a sort of absolutely cracking juice. That is.
Yeah, I think I was next to you actually, because I think I've got that Helen.
I'm still yet to try it. I haven't even tried a single one of Ruby's juices yet.
Oh.
Don't worry, she's got a team of people working on it.
Well, they work fucking harder. Because I'm waiting.
Those licorice strings that you used to get, the red round ones.
Yeah, it is those. Yeah. They're like licorice whip kind of thing, but red. Yeah.
So that's what I would try and grab.
Any more questions for Mark? We're now at 1 hour and 56 minutes, and we've met.
What's your opinion? Okay, Mark. What's your opinion? Because you're higher end than us. Well, maybe not John. But
fuck off.
John's looking around going, yeah, you're right. Where is it?
What?
You know what I'm on about. Where is it?
I got the artisans next to me, but I'm not putting it on the screen.
But yeah, what's your opinion of the whole RRP thing? And it seems to have been a thing which is, it seems to have been.
I know what Mark's opinion is, because we know, we could not be daft. We know Mark already, and go for it anyway, Mark.
Yeah, but I want to hear his take on it, because
I think there's certain things that come out, like, so from an RRP on what's something worth, as a lot of people in chat said before I came on here, it's basically what somebody is prepared to pay for it. But unfortunately, one of the things that you do tend to get a little bit of is that hype factor that comes into it, because there's a lot of people that want atties and mods and things like that because they actually collect them and they want to use them and they want to try them. But you've also got people that just want to get that latest thing just to actually try and get something else. And
we're not talking about. I know what you mean by that. You're talking about using it as bait to do. Yeah, I totally agree. But that will fail if you'd be caught in the same trap as a shit designer. If somebody comes out with something this shit, it'll go. We've seen the repercussions of that. Fuck it. For hundreds and hundreds, and they don't sell for anything like that now. You know, you can get caught.
But if you mean what's the value of something, like, so from an RRP perspective, if an atty comes out at 80 quid or an atty comes out at 20 quid, then there's a design factor in there. There's a material factor. There's lots of different things. But you look at certain things that come on the market from a design perspective, that you think, well, how much design have they actually put into it?
Yeah.
What have they actually picked up? Like, so to actually move something around or just shave a millimeter or something out, and it's the latest, greatest thing that does get that hype factor around it.
But then, without going too far into this, because this is a rabbit hole, isn't it? But you then it's, as somebody, Mark, and I'm going to punish you with this brush, as somebody who is followed, who people respect the opinion of, you also, from that, you whether you like it or not, you have a responsibility to say that's shit.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely. I wouldn't actually pick something up and actually vape it and use it and actually say that's absolutely brilliant. I've got like sort of stuff on the table next to me that I've tried it. I don't like it to start off with. I'll try it again. I'll build it some way differently, and I'll and then I'll turn around and say, shit, you can't.
Oh, no, exactly. But I'm just saying that even if the point I was trying to make was, even if the first wave is that, as you say, it's the hype train and everything else, then it is your responsibility as vapers, as I said, whether you like it or not, as somebody with respect in our end of vaping, then you say shit. And then you know you can kill the price. I know, the one thing that I've been saddened by in the last sort of 6 months to a year is certain mods or certain devices coming out and people ordering it. And I've spoken to them off the camera and off Facebook and said, what the fuck? That's shit. And they've got nothing.
Mm.
But they can't build on it. Yeah. So I think the point is that you can kill that hype by saying it's shit. I
there's a lot. Well, I mean, we've always had it with RTAs in the past, and like so the part with like so the RDAs now, and it being everything coming out squonk friendly, is that there's so much more choice out there. There is a lot more coming, and there's a lot more. I mean, the differences, and I mean to quote Marksky again, I mean the differences between certain atties are marginal. They are so marginal that you can't actually tell the difference between the two.
Yes. The build is actually going to make a bigger difference inside of one of those atties than the atty itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the fact that they get it right or they don't get it right. But yeah, Mark Todd was saying in chat, you know, I do agree that choice is good, but at the same time, make a fucking effort. I would like to see somebody actually, you know, because okay, the Narda was a huge hit. I guess that went and drove things the way that they do it. I guess the same was with the Zero and the C-frame, and then there was a sudden drive behind the C-frame. It was the same with Chuff and the Chuff cap, and suddenly there were wide bore drip tips everywhere. And there are these instances where you look at a certain thing, the velocity and the whole velocity decks, the posts, that drove another huge line that went through vaping, and I think the Narda did that kind of thing. But I would like to see an improvement on it. I would like to see them actually making it so that when it tips on its side, it doesn't leak like the Narda doesn't leak. Whereas a lot of these other ones, you think, hold on a minute, even from looking at the thing, you know that it's going to leak. The Narda didn't do that because of the way they went and did it. And that was one of the key things that made the Narda what it was. Mm-hmm. And I think if you're going to do this, you've got to improve on what has already gone before if you're going to follow that trend, I think.
Yeah. I will just say I'm very aware that we're kind of running into a rabbit hole. So have we got another question for Mark?
What's the next bit of equipment that you've got your name down for, Mark?
I'm waiting for the Gambit to come through, which is Kudzu's new Atty. That's due any day now. A few new squonkers that are coming out. Darren Lowe's Lights of Armour squonkers on its way. Should hopefully be in the next Lights of Armour.
Cool.
And new squonker as well that's coming out, which has got a bit of a funky design bit in it. That's got a bit of an LED, a lit up LED that comes out of a mech, which is quite strange.
Are you coming to Vape Fest?
I most certainly am.
Yeah.
Oh, good man. We'll definitely see you there. I think that is the show for the day. That is 2 hours and 3 minutes. For an hour and a half show, we don't do bad, do we? Pack it in.
Yeah, I think we're about there. Well, I'd like to say thanks, Mark, for coming on. Always a pleasure, buddy.
Thank you very much, Mark, for coming on. Always good to see you,
mate. Thank you for the show, guys. It's a good show to be on.
It's good. It's
you
good.
Maya.
Anyway, this has been the Ideal Home Show. Thanks ever so much for watching. Hopefully catch you next week if you're not too bored. Till then, half an hour. Let's see those hands, chaps. Oh.